You experience full body general tightness or specific nagging spots that you just feel like you can't get into releasing yourself? I'm Dr. Evan Schwindt, and today we're going to review some great exercises to help you release that. Today we're going to review an amazing tool called the Theracanes. This tool, also known as a shepherd's hook, is really a great invention, so that way we can get into various areas of our body ergonomically. I can't tell you the number of times I've caught myself trying to work on a certain tight muscle and then end up creating another issue because I'm just trying to move all around the weirdest position. There's also a reason a lot of people come in and visit us. So this tool is a savior for that. Now I will also note this tool has an origin of being used in more like hot settings like saunas, hot showers, things that can allow you to release those muscles a little bit more. But you can also just use it like I'm going to show you here today. So you can use it on so many different aspects of your body. Probably the most common is the upper back or the trap region. So that's where we're going to launch this nodule right here into a tight spot. Maybe it's around that shoulder blade. Let's say I find a good tight spot there. Then I'm going to be pulling on this structure as much as I can handle. Maybe I want to move that around a little bit. Maybe I want to pin that and then move my head. Find, oh yeah, there's a tight spot we want to work through. So again, this is nice because it keeps my body in a nice ergonomic position. All of these releases I'm going to show you, it's important to reference that research really suggests you got to give it at least 3 to 5 minutes on each spot to physiologically allow that muscle to release. You need that tension to go down by at least 50%, at least half. So upper back is a great spot there. Maybe you want to get into the upper traps. You're going to launch that one down into this. You might flex aside, rotate to it, get a nice deep stretch through your upper trap. How about mid back? Kind of wrap that around, find a tight spot wherever that might be along the paraspinals, pulling out as much as you can tolerate, and same kind of thing. Maybe you're doing a little flexion, maybe a little side flexion, working through that area. Into the shoulder blade region, the armpit, the subscapularis muscle. Another incredibly underlooked at muscle, but man, is it ever powerful. If you're feeling shoulder tension, or like most of us, you realize that your posture comes forward like this, the subscapularis muscle is a critical muscle to get into. This is a great way to do it. So I want to get into that armpit muscle, and I need to have this arm to relax as much as humanly possible. So for this, I'm going to be leveraging the Theracane or the shepherd's hook onto my thigh, finding a spot where I'm driving that nodule up towards the tip of my shoulder around my AC joint, letting that just hang out. Maybe I can change some movements. Maybe I can take my other hand and passively take it through movements. I'm confident when you get into this, you're going to notice how tender it is, and it's a great spot to work through. So this is the subscapularis muscle. Next up, we're going to look at the diaphragm. So diaphragm, underneath the rib cage here, the primary breathing muscle. You can maybe do this sitting if you're not super tight. Just driving in, scooping up, hooking underneath that rib cage, and then try to breathe into it. Just breathing is the big stretch for this. Maybe you're too tight for that. In that case, you're going to want to go down onto the ground. From here, you can do the exact same thing, just hooking up. You can be pushing up from that way. Kind of just play around with it, however your body seems to work the best on it. Next up is your hip flexors. Being that they're such a huge muscle and commonly tight in our society from all of our sitting, it can be really challenging to get into yourself. Theracane allows us to bypass some of that challenge. I can push down as much as I want to, kind of working through all the way up that hip flexor muscle. If I can handle a little bit more, then I can take my heel down to the ground, just straightening the leg out and bring it back up. That's the hip flexor. 2 more muscles we're going to look at. Next one's going to be the quads. So quad, pretty simple. Get it right into one of those nodules. Push down with as much pressure as you possibly can, leveraging it like so. You can be just drilling into it through this way as well. Next one's going to be our shin. Nice kind of bent position. I can come forward like so, working through that shin muscle accordingly, using one of these smaller nodules. I want to get into a really specific point on the tibialis anterior. Moving my foot through space here, just trying to see how much movement I can do to strip through this muscle. This is great if you're experiencing shin splints. Guess I should acknowledge at the same time, same kind of movement you can do right into your calf muscles as well. So I hope you noticed that you can use this Theracane or shepherd's cane for so many uses. And it's just great to make sure that you can focus on the tight spot that you're working on and not create any other issues. Don't worry about trying to do it a very specific way. Move your body around, find out what feels good. View yourself in a mirror to make sure your posture's ideal. That's best too. Hope you learned something today. Thanks for watching.